my name's Grandad. Hello everyone and welcome back. We'll be working on this side of the galley for the next couple of weeks, and first off we're going to be doing the last porthole liner, and this porthole liner is going to be a little bit different to the rest, as you'll see as the vlog progresses.
We also want to box in between the kitchen and the dinette. That's on both sides of the galley, so we'll work on the other side once we've sussed out that one.
First step is to plan out for the liner.
We draw around the middle. We've pre-made the inner circle exactly the same way as what we did on vlog 111, I think it was, when we done the rest of the porthole liners. Let's see where the square. So we're going to bring it, that's on the inside, isn't it? Mm. So we want to have some of the window and some of the window there. Mm. So the upright wood goes here. We've somehow got to put that upright piece here.
Yeah.
So that other piece will go along.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we'll have to cut the blind down width all the way down, won't we?
Because this window sits above the hob, we don't want to have any curtains or any fabric blinds, so we've gone for a Venetian blind, and so we want to entrap that blind in with the liner, with the window liner, just so it sits and runs down the wall okay.
Yeah, and doesn't sort of, when it's down, flop forward away from the side of the boat, yeah.
Whereas the fabric ones we're doing, we've actually put magnets there for that, but this one we just wanted to entrap it.
I think the word she's looking for is encase.
So while I've been planning it out, Grandad's been up in his workshop.
Asleep.
Listening to Pop Masters, I reckon. But he did come down with this, and it's what would you call it?
Right mess.
Well, apart from that, it's a mock-up of how we're gonna
entrap the blind.
Encase the blind.
In case the blind falls off the wall.
Yeah. So he's made it out of some scrap wood we got, but it's just to see if it works and how far we can tilt it forward without the blind getting jammed up. So we've decided to go for a 60 drop. What do we do? Open it?
Don't know whether you open it or take them off first. I don't know.
If you take them off, how do you get it to your length?
We're
Without.
probably going to have to.
I think we'll have to open it first. I should imagine. Probably would be better doing it hanging up, you know. If we have it open.
Yeah.
Right, then put it down. It's a bit hard way of doing it though, isn't it? I think it needs to be done upwards, holding up. Because these could be moved anywhere. pin her down. You know what I mean?
Come back to you on this.
This isn't the window that this is going up on, but we're going to use this window just to cut the blind to the length that we need it. Let's see how this goes. But yeah, so that's cut off. We've now cut all these off. We wrapped it up all nice and tight, wrapped cling film on it because it's quite dirty up there with the dust from the sapele. We've cut all the side pieces, and they're going to be the pieces that come up as a like an L shape on the front of the facade.
Yeah.
The front face of the.
Oh, you're using them all today.
Yeah,
aren't you?
I know. I'm going for it. You've been doodling, Grandad. What's that?
It's actually a life-size picture of my fingers that's been through the chop saw.
I can't leave that bit in.
No. Using the router to cut these angles on these larger, because these are quite wide boards, and they don't actually fit in the chop saw, so that's the reason for the router. All glued up now and ready for clamping, and they are actually meant to be that shape.
What all different sizes?
All different sizes. So this next contraption is actually, I'm putting a patent on this. It's the Ronco 3000 wood vice. It's in its prototype stage at the moment, but it's I don't know what we're calling it.
Don't want no one copying it until we get it up and running.
No, but it's just basically so that we can
pull the circle in.
Yeah, clamp the because the clamps are too small to go. We've only got small clamps, apparently. So we've had to come up with this idea where it sort of bridges that gap, and we can just use a single clamp in the middle.
following morning they're all dry and hopefully stuck together and held together, and one day Grandad's going to change his t-shirt.
I wish you'd get the continuity right, because it looks like I never changed my t-shirt.
You don't. And exactly the same way we done the other portholes, we're using the jig to router the centre circle out.
Wake up, honey, I made you breakfast. Fresh coffee and bagels too. A new day is waiting for us. We got lots of fun stuff to do. Let's go to the zoo and feed the monkeys. I can lend them your baseball cap. Let's make the day a barrel of fun. Growing up is just a trap. Don't it seem like a drag? Like putting all of your joy in a big brown bag. I won't listen to any of that jazz. No, I'll never grow up. I'll never grow up. Growing up is just a big fat trap. I take pride in never working a day. Can't see the use of it anyway. Who can think I'm such a load of crap? Growing up is just a trap.
For the outside edge of the liner, for the outside front bit,
Yeah. Facade.
facade, yeah, we decided to make a template and do that because it's not just a full circle like the rest of the portholes. We're actually squaring the sides off, so there'll be part of the circle at the bottom and also part of the circle at the top, but the sides will be square.
That's better, yeah.
Yeah.
I understand that now, Nanny.
What's that, eh?
It's got to take a lot off to get into it, that's all.
Oh, because this is so thin.
Right.
Yeah.
It would have been a lot easier if I'd have used a bit of thicker ply to make the template, because it gives more meat on that timber for the bearing to run along for the router bit. But I did actually make it a little bit difficult for myself, but
As we do.
as we do, but we got through it in the end.
So before we cut the top piece, we want to just get the blind up and get that all measured and put into place. And then we can just put the window liner in for a few seconds just to see where that blind falls at the top before we actually lay the template on the top and cut it out, because we may do it slightly different than the bottom bit of the frame, just so it fits nicer with the blind.
looks like I'm a competitor in the Red Hill 2023 Statues Championship, doesn't it? But I am actually drilling here.
I know you're doing something because your tongue's going in and out.
Mad, yeah.
Tricky one next. Your tongue will be going a bit there, Grandad.
It's going already now. Sweating like the accused. Need a screwdriver, Nanny.
So he's gonna give it a go with two holes instead of the 4, just to see if that's tight enough instead of doing the
Load more holes than me tiles, yeah.
yeah, because they're getting really close to the edge of the tile. So this bit nearest the camera is the top of the window, and we've been able to slip that under the blind to see where we want to cut, where we want the top of the circle to be and how far down we want it to be. And we've just masking taped the whole thing up to help us with cutting it out. And Adie's just using the jigsaw to cut the straight pieces rather than make another jig. And once that's cut out, we'll use the
Router
yeah, not the jig, the
jigsaw. Router, jigsaw.
No, template.
That's it.
Yeah, so they'll use the template to do the circle bit of it, but just use the jigsaw for the sides.
Cutting away the excess for this curve with the jigsaw before we actually put the template on, and then router the rest of it away.
I put some little pieces of masking tape on the template just to help remind him not to go any further than that curve. The straight pieces are already cut, so you can see that masking tape on that side, and it turned out all right. Now I've got to get a straight line down the side. Straight line, Grandad. You had a shave, eh?
Yeah. Can't tell you which body part I've shaved, but I've had a shave.
Nice shape, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because we've got other stuff to go on the wall where this liner's going, we don't want to have the liner too wide, so that's why we've chosen to bring it in a lot narrower than the actual circle.
Yep. So on.
Another one. We got donated these white boards, but they're MDF and we didn't want to use them in the boat, but they've become really handy. They've come in really handy, haven't they, for doing things like this.
Yeah.
It's really quiet now, everyone's gone home, it's just us again.
Just us working as usual.
Get the better of you. Set your limits, gamble safely, and know when to stop. For more info, head to betscreamer.com. Over 18s only. BeGambleAware.org.
Yep.
Oh, favourite and cheapest? No, cheapest and favourite.
All glued and pinned, and we can get the inner circle on now. One of them days.
Okay, so this is the day after. So first job now is to get all these clamps off, all the weight off these, and have a look and see how it's all glued together. So there you have it. Different bit of a different shape to the other portholes, but obviously the reason being is because we're going to have some blinds that fit into this recess. The legs at the top there, they will be cut down to size to fit under the highest point of the blind. So, but we're not doing that until we've just had a measure up down the boat. But the first job of the day, now that it's all set, is to get this all sanded up and pretty, then just check the fit in the boat, and then come back and do some oiling on the reverse side of this. Yeah, so it's all protected on the back before it's fitted into the window. So I'll get on with a bit of sanding. I'll show you a bit of the sanding, but you don't want to see me sanding this for ages, so I'll come back to you in a minute. Yeah, so all I'm going to do now is get all these edges cleaned up, sanded, and make them nice and flat and smooth. Inside here, that's important because that's where the runners are. The blind is going to actually slide up and down. Basically, just give it a nice clean up, a nice tidy up.
Straight away, looks right from the top. Let me just move this. You got it. That looks right to me. Does it look right on that end? Yeah. It's got to go up.
Shim in there, that one. Just as long as that blind will fit inside there, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's got to come up about 2-3 mil there.
Yeah. Do you want a shim to go in there? You just think that's too much?
Might a blue one, yeah.
Blue.
Or that, either that or a blue one.
Let's try.
No, that'll be fine.
That's perfect. Yeah. So now we know it's actually right there. Shall we measure 29? Yeah. Look, 28.9. No, 28 and a half. So that's that's now 28.7. 28.7. It's strange how you...
Oh, I froze it out.
Yeah, your eye froze it out because it looks like it's narrower at the top than what it is at the bottom, even though we know it's the same.
It's night in the city, and I'm on my way back home. Humming on my favorite ditty, swinging like Natalie Cole. But then out of the blue, who strolls down the boulevard but you? Your place is closer than mine.
Try it.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the bit I was worried about, that bit.
Looks so, doesn't it, Nanny?
It does. The reason why we haven't had it so it comes all the way down, because it was just getting too close to the cooker, we felt. So we've done it so it only goes to...
These will just burn off, won't they?
Yeah. That's to dip in the stew.
Yeah, that's just hang your tea bag on.
Yeah, so we wanted it to come to be as far away. That's enough for me.
Take that off.
So the top, is having a pelmet on that matches the rest of the blinds.
Around here.
Yeah, so you won't see much of this, and you won't see this or the top. Just attached a cleat, but quite far down, because the pelmet had come over. We didn't want it pulling over onto the pelmet, so we put it a bit lower down. And then the stick, because obviously that's going to stick out when the pelmet's on. That should like keep it back like that. If not, we'll have to attach something at the bottom. I know it's only minor, but it was getting on my nerves where I could just see a little bit of gap there where the tile's finished. So I asked Grandad if we could have a little trim down there. So he's been up in the workshop and come up and made these, and it looks really nice.
In between your sheets, breaking up in the best of ways, and I'm back again on the street. Ooh, but then out of the blue, a wind starts blowing in a way so new, a world more exciting than mine. It's all